Track 10. Annex A. List of previous WCA reviews. This is presented as a table with 3 columns, title, year and link. The table is entitled Reviews. The links are all hyperlinks in the online version. Title, Internal Review of the Work Capability Assessment, Year 2009. Link, Department for Work and Pensions Report, brackets, nationalarchives.gov.uk, close bracket. Title, WCA Internal Review Addendum, Year 2011. Link, Work Capability Assessment Addendum, brackets, nationalarchives.gov.uk, close brackets. Title, Independent Reviews of the Work Capability Assessment, Year 2010. Link, Work Capability Assessment Independent Review, Year 1, gov.uk, open brackets, www.gov.uk, close brackets. Year 2011. Link, Work Capability Assessment Independent Review, Year 2, gov.uk, brackets, www.gov.uk, close brackets. Year 2012. Link, Work Capability Assessment Independent Review, Year 3, gov.uk, brackets, www.gov.uk, close brackets. Year 2013. Link, Work Capability Assessment Independent Review, Year 4, gov.uk, brackets, www.gov.uk, close brackets. Year 2014. Link, Work Capability Assessment Independent Review, Year 5, gov.uk, brackets, www.gov.uk, close brackets. Title, Work Capability Assessment Evidence-Based Review, Year 2013. Link, Work Capability Assessment Evidence-Based Review, gov.uk, brackets, www.gov.uk, close brackets. That is the end of Track 10. Track 11. Annex B. WCA Functional and Non-Functional Criteria. 1. The Work Capability Assessment, WCA, assesses whether someone who claims Universal Credit, UC, and reports a health condition that affects their ability to work, or claims Employment and Support Allowance, ESA, is capable of working. WCAs are carried out by fully qualified healthcare professionals who are contracted on behalf of the DWP. The healthcare professional makes a recommendation to a DWP decision-maker. The decision-maker then makes the final decision on an individual's claim. 2. The WCA has 3 possible outcomes. A. Fit for work, FFW, which means no entitlement to ESA or the health-related amount of UC. The claimant might have to look for work. B. Limited capability for work, LCW, which means a claimant may not be able to look for work now, but is given support to help prepare them for work in the future. C. Limited capability for work and work-related activity, LCWRA, which means a claimant will not have to look for work or to prepare for work. This also results in a higher rate of benefit on both UC and ESA. 3. To help a decision-maker decide whether the claimant has limited capability for work, the assessment looks at the effects of any health condition or disability on the claimant's ability to carry out a range of everyday activities. This involves activities, for example, mobilizing, standing and sitting, learning tasks, and awareness of hazard which are relevant to work. Descriptors lists a range of actions within each activity which claimants may be able to perform. Where more than one descriptor for any activity applies, only the highest score will count. A score or set of scores. Each descriptor that is relevant to a claimant's health, condition, or disability has a point weighting called a score. Non-functional descriptors. Circumstances where someone could carry out the functional activities in the WCA but would still be treated as having either limited capability for work or limited capability for work and work-related activity. 4. Within each activity, the descriptors cover a range of ability. Many people may suffer with more than one disability or health condition. The assessment, therefore, includes a means of assessing the combined effects of different disabilities or health conditions. 5. If a claimant scores 15 points or more, they have limited capability for work. 6. The list of activities is available here. https://www.legislation.gov.uk/UKSI/figures2013/schedule/figure 6. Limited capability for work-related activity. Functional descriptors. 7. There are 16 activities which determine if a claimant has limited capability for work and limited capability for work-related activity. If at least one is satisfied, the claimant has limited capability for work-related activity. The full list is available here. https://www.legislation.gov.uk/UKSI/figures2013/schedule/figure 7. Circumstances in which a claimant is to be treated as having LCW or LCWRA. 8. There are circumstances where the claimant could carry out all the activities in the assessment, but would be treated as if they had LCW or LCWRA. These reflect situations not covered by the functional descriptors. For example, requiring treatment for cancer or having an uncontrolled health condition which may prevent someone from either working or doing work-related activities. One of these situations is where there would be a substantial risk to any person if the claimant had to work or do work-related activities. 9. The current list of non-functional LCW criteria is available here. https://www.legislation.gov.uk/UKSI/figures2013/schedule/figure 8. 10. The current list of non-functional LCWRA criteria is available here. https://www.legislation.gov.uk/UKSI/infigures2013/schedule/figure 9. Setting a review period. 11. After WCA, if a claimant is given either LCW or LCWRA, a review period is set. After this period, the claimant should be reassessed. Review periods are usually set between 6 and 36 months, based on whether there might be a change in the claimant's condition. After this time, there would be a repeat assessment. That is the end of Track 11. Track 12. Annex C. Activities we are consulting on. Mobilizing LCW from Universal Credit Regulations 2013, Schedule 6. Activity 1. Mobilizing unaided by another person with or without a walking stick, manual wheelchair, or other aid, if such aid is normally or could reasonably be worn or used. Descriptors 1a. Cannot, unaided by another person, either 1. Mobilize more than 50 meters on level ground without stopping in order to avoid significant discomfort or exhaustion, or 2. Repeatedly mobilize 50 meters within a reasonable timescale because of significant discomfort or exhaustion. Points 15. Descriptor B. Cannot, unaided by another person, mount or descend 2 steps even with the support of a handrail. Point 9. Descriptor C. Cannot, unaided by another person, either 1. Mobilize more than 100 meters on level ground without stopping in order to avoid significant discomfort or exhaustion, or 2. Repeatedly mobilize 100 meters within a reasonable timescale because of significant discomfort or exhaustion. Points 9. Descriptor D. Cannot, unaided by another person, either 1. Mobilize more than 200 meters on level ground without stopping in order to avoid significant discomfort or exhaustion, or 2. Repeatedly mobilize 200 meters within a reasonable timescale because of significant discomfort or exhaustion. Points 6. Descriptor E. None of the foregoing applies. Points 0. Mobilizing LCWRA from Universal Credit Regulations 2013, Schedule 7. Activity 1. Mobilizing unaided by another person with or without a walking stick, manual wheelchair, or other aid if such aid is normally or could reasonably be worn or used. Descriptor 1. Cannot either A. Mobilize more than 50 meters on level ground without stopping in order to avoid significant discomfort or exhaustion, or B. Repeatedly mobilize 50 meters within a reasonable timescale because of significant discomfort or exhaustion. Absence or loss of bowel or bladder control, continence, LCW, from Universal Credit Regulations 2013, Schedule 6. Activity 9. Absence or loss of control whilst conscious, leading to extensive evacuation of the bowel and or bladder other than enuresis, bedwetting, despite the wearing or use of any aids or adaptations which are normally or could reasonably be worn or used. Descriptor 9a. At least once a month experiences 1. Loss of control leading to extensive evacuation of the bowel and or voiding of the bladder, or 2. Substantial leakage of the contents of a collecting device sufficient to require cleaning and a change in clothing. Points 15. Descriptor B. The majority of the time is at risk of loss of control leading to extensive evacuation of the bowel and or voiding of the bladder sufficient to require cleaning and a change in clothing if not able to reach a toilet quickly. Points 6. Descriptor C. None of the foregoing applies. Points 0. Absence or loss of bowel or bladder control, continence, LCWRA, from Universal Credit Regulations 2013, Schedule 7. Activity 8. Absence or loss of control whilst conscious, leading to extensive evacuation of the bowel and or voiding of the bladder, other than enuresis, bedwetting, despite the wearing or use of any aids or adaptations which are normally or could reasonably be worn or used. Descriptor 8. At least once a week experiences a loss of control leading to extensive evacuation of the bowel and or voiding of the bladder, or B. Substantial leakage of the contents of a collecting device sufficient to require the individual to clean themselves and change clothing. Getting about LCW, from Universal Credit Regulations 2013, Schedule 6. There is no LCWRA descriptor for this activity. Activity 15. Getting about. Descriptor 15a. Cannot get to any place outside the claimant's home with which the claimant is familiar. Point 15. Descriptor B. Is unable to get to a specified place with which the claimant is familiar without being accompanied by another person. Point 9. Descriptor C. Is unable to get to a specified place with which the claimant is unfamiliar without being accompanied by another person. Point 6. Descriptor D. None of the foregoing applies. Points 0. Coping with Social Engagement, LCW, from Universal Credit Regulations 2013, Schedule 6. Activity 16. Coping with social engagement due to cognitive impairment or mental disorder. Descriptor 16a. Engagement in social contact is always precluded due to difficulty relating to others or significant distress experienced by the claimant. Points 15. Descriptor B. Engagement in social contact with someone unfamiliar to the claimant is always precluded due to difficulty relating to others or significant distress experienced by the claimant. Points 9. Descriptor C. Engagement in social contact with someone unfamiliar to the claimant is not possible for the majority of the time due to difficulty relating to others or significant distress experienced by the claimant. Points 6. Descriptor D. None of the foregoing applies. Points 0. Coping with Social Engagement, LCWRA, from Universal Credit Regulations 2013, Schedule 7. Activity 13. Coping with social engagement due to cognitive impairment or mental disorder. Descriptor 13. Engagement in social contact is always precluded due to difficulty relating to others or significant distress experienced by the claimant. Substantial Risk, LCW, from Universal Credit Regulations 2013, Schedule 8. Risk to self or others. 4. 1. The claimant is suffering from a specific illness, disease, or disablement by reason of which there would be a substantial risk to the physical or mental health of any person were the claimant found not to have limited capability for work. 2. This paragraph does not apply where the risk could be reduced by a significant amount by a. Reasonable adjustments being made in the claimant's workplace, or b. The claimant taking medication to manage their condition where such medication has been prescribed for the claimant by a registered medical practitioner treating the claimant. Substantial Risk, LCWRA, from Universal Credit Regulations 2013, Schedule 9. Risk to self or others. 4. The claimant is suffering from a specific illness, disease, or disablement by reason of which there would be a substantial risk to the physical or mental health of any person were the claimant found not to have limited capability for work and work-related activity. That is the end of Track 12. Track 13. Annex D. Benefit Rates. ESA 1. ESA is paid at different rates depending on when the claim started and individual circumstances and the stage of the claim process. 2. Assessment phase, £84.80 per week, paid before claimant is assessed and decision is made on claim. £67.20 for a single person under 25. 3. Work-related activity group, LCW, £84.80 per week if claimed after 3rd of April 2017, £118.50 if claimed before 3rd of April 2017. 4. Support Group, LCWRA, £129.50 per week. UC 5. In addition to the UC standard allowance of a. Single person, £368.74 per month, if under 25, £292.11. b. Couple, £578.82 per month, if both under 25, £458.51. 6. A UC claimant who has LCW receives no extra money if their claim was made on or after 3rd of April 2017, but receives a monthly rate of £146.31 if they claimed UC before 3rd of April 2017. Also applies to those claiming ESA with the LCW addition since that date who have naturally migrated to UC. 7. A UC claimant who has LCWRA receives a monthly rate of £390.06. That is the end of Track 13. Track 14. Annex E. Statistical Table. Table 1. UC and ESA claimants assigned LCWRA or support group at initial WCA by reason, October to December 2022. Chemotherapy or radiotherapy, number of claimants 5,200, proportion of all LCWRA support group decisions 4.4%. Physical or mental health risk, number of claimants 17,000, proportion of all LCWRA support group decisions 14.6%. Pregnancy risk, number of claimants 400, proportion of all LCWRA support group decisions 0.3%. Severe functional disability, number of claimants 81,000, proportion of all LCWRA support group decisions 69.5%. Terminally ill. The footnote to this reads, under universal credit, claimants who claim under the special rules end-of-life criteria are awarded LCWRA from day one of their claim without having to attend a work capability assessment. Some individuals may be identified during their work capability assessment, and the award will be backdated to day one. Number of claimants 300. Proportion of all LCWRA support group decisions 0.2%. Other/unknown. Number of claimants 12,700. Proportion of all LCWRA support group decisions 10.9%. Total. Number of claimants 116,500. Proportion of all LCWRA support group decisions 100%. Source DWP Administrative Data. That brings us to the end of Track 14 and of this audio presentation of the consultation paper Work Capability Assessment, Activities and Descriptors Consultation, presented to Parliament by the Secretary of State for Work and Pensions by command of His Majesty, September 2023.